Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to do a February ink. And this is my first inked video, if that's what you want to call it. And I've kind of downgraded the amount that I've actually got inked this month just because I'm kind of leaning to all of my favorites, which are all of these currently. So let's just jump straight into it. Now, I do have a couple that have the same ink in the pen because it's one of my favorite inks, and if I know that ink is going to make me reach for the pen, then I'm going to have it in there. I know, it's not normal to have the same ink in many different pens, but if it's going to make you reach for your pen more, then that's what I'm going to do. So let me just move everything over to the side, and we're going to jump into the page for February inked. So the first pen that I have inked up here is my Platinum 3776 Centuries Celluloid in the color Calico. Definitely one of my favorite pens. This is in a fine nib. I honestly just love how this pen writes. It is honestly gorgeous. And I think I'm going to constantly have it in rotation because it is definitely one of my favorites. I don't know what I'm writing. Okay, so Platinum Century fine nib, and this is inked up with Diamine Gingerbread. This is honestly one of my favorite inks. The color is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you can tell, but it is a beautiful kind of warm brown color, and this is one of the inks that I have inked up in a couple, to be quite frank, but it is just absolutely gorgeous, and I just love the dimension that it has in the ink. So that is my first pen that I have inked up. My second pen here is, so this is the Platinum 3776 in the Hachimonji color. This is one of my newest pens, and I'm so excited about her. She is honestly gorgeous. I love how it's a white barrel with sparkles, and it's got like pink ends, and it is honestly, it's so beautiful. The rose gold details as well. This one is a little bit more scratchier than my Calico one, so I'm unsure as to why that is. I don't like to post the platinums because I think they're the perfect size in my hand. So Platinum 3776 Hachimonji in a fine nib, and this is inked up with Mahjong. I was calling it Moon Man in my unboxing video, so on my ink sample tube it said Moon Man, but when I bought the bottle it said Mahjong, so I'm not sure where that went wrong, but it's definitely Mahjong, and it's Binji Lotus, and it is a beautiful kind of dark pink tone, and I absolutely love this color. It definitely has feedback, this pen, but she is still absolutely gorgeous, and I've been using her non-stop ever since I got her, because that's what you do with all your new pens, right? The next pen I have is my Esterbook in the Honeycomb. This is in an extra fine nib, and this is also inked up with Diamine Gingerbread because it's just one of my favorite inks ever. It's a bit broader of a nib, but the Western pens will always be slightly broader than the Japanese pens. Esterbook in Honeycomb, and this is an extra fine nib. This is such a smooth pen. So I don't have very exciting ink colors this month, but I would rather have inks that I know I will use in a pen rather than have it inked up with something that I'm unsure of and it's making me not want to reach for the pen at all. So, and obviously it matches the honeycomb perfectly. So I absolutely love this. Such a smooth rider and the color of it is amazing. Now my fourth pen that I've inked up is my Pilot Capless in the color Whiskey, and absolutely love this pen. Although last night I thought I was clicking it that way, but I just went right into my palm and it went right into the crease there. So I love it so much and it's hurting me. So I have to be a lot more careful with this. But I was up late at night, you know, just working. So I was probably overtired because I'd been in my office since 5 a.m. So, and this is also inked up with Diamond Gingerbread. Don't judge me, guys. But I love this ink so damn much. Does anyone else ink their pens up with the same ink like each month just to make sure that you know you are using them and you're reaching for them? Or is it just me? I've got so many ink samples as well, and I go back to the ones that I love. Like, it's absolutely wild. So this pen is in an extra fine nib. I'm just going to speed through this part because it's ink. Now my next pen is one of my newer pens. This is the, let me just move my book down a little bit. This is my Sailor Wancher pen. Wancher is such a weird name to say, but it's a collaboration with Wancher, and this is in the Mocha Brown color. Now I didn't see many people have this pen, like when I was researching it, because I saw this on eBay. When I was looking online, I just did not see many people at all have this pen, and I was a bit shocked by it because in person it is absolutely gorgeous. The photos just do not do it justice. It is the most perfect brown color and it's so up my alley. So I was very excited to get my hands on this as well. But I'm just wondering when that Grail pen is going to come, because I need to stop buying. Now the only thing with this is that keeps going loose, so I'm not too sure what that's about. But that's the only weird thing that I've noticed about this pen. It's probably just mine, to be honest. But yeah, I haven't seen many people have this pen, although when I received it, that's when I started seeing people online with it. So I wish I saw them prior. But I absolutely love this pen. It is gorgeous. And this is Mocha Brown in a fine nib. And this is inked up with Private Reserve in the chocolate color, or chocolate without the E. And this is also such a smooth rider. Very, very gorgeous, very smooth. And yes, it's one of my brand new pens. So I will have probably posted all of my unboxings already on the channel. Now back to one of my good old faithful Sailor Pro Gear. Oh, so this one is also a Pro Gear. And my Cafe Cream is also a Pro Gear as well. And I love this pen. The colors are just so milky and gorgeous. And the finial, oh, chef's kiss. Now, this one I've got inked up with a different ink. Can you tell it's more mostly browns, aka Diamond Gingerbread? So this is a Germany exclusive, and I got this in the medium fine nib. And I actually don't mind the thickness of this. I do have one other in a medium fine nib, and I find it to be slightly thinner, but that's coming up soon, so you'll see that in a second. This is inked up with Van Diemen's Leatherwood Honey. Now this ink is absolutely gorgeous. Like, I am so in love with this ink because when you're writing, the dimensions that it has is crazy. Like, I just, the depth, I just absolutely love this ink because it's just so interesting to look at. And in this pen as well, it's nice and juicy, so you can see like the dimensions. So I don't know if you can see in this line here, but it kind of goes from like lighter to darker. So I absolutely love that. Like, it is just, it's so interesting to look at, and just the color and the depth that it can go to, like even in the end here as well, you can see it going darker on this end, lighter on this end, and then that letter, it's darker. Absolutely love Van Diemen's Leatherwood Honey. It is one of my favorite inks that I've found, and I've actually bought a bottle of it because I love it so much. The next pen that I have is my newest baby. So yes, I got 3 pens in 1 week. Please don't judge me. I don't want to hear no judgment because we're all here to love pens, and that's what I'm doing. So this I am totally obsessed with. This unboxing should already be up as well. So if you want to watch that, you can go in my past videos and watch that. But this is just absolutely gorgeous. The meaning of this pen for me is, I'm a photographer. I started photographing people probably like 13, 14 years ago now. But before that, I used to do self-portraits, and believe it or not, I used to live out in the bush, which is like in the mountains, and I would go out sunrise and sunset and shoot in the trees and everything. And this really represents the beginning of my photography career, the meaning behind this pen. So the speckles here in the grip part represents water droplets on the leaves and the light shining through, and that's pretty much what I would always aim for when doing my self-portraits. It's called bokeh. So when a light, say a droplet on a leaf, is in the frame and you're focused on the subject, that will turn into a really big blur of light. And that's what photographers, you know, back in the day, we would be obsessed about, and that's what we'd all try and get. It was back in the early, you know, 2000s, around 2009. So that's what everyone wanted to do on Flickr. And yeah, this pen really represents and brings back memories of when I was starting off as a photographer, and just, you know, all those good memories that I never ever want to forget. So I absolutely love this pen. This is a pen I just had to have in my collection, because of the meaning that Sailor put to this pen. And it just, I definitely think it represents me 100% and the beginning of my photography career. So I'm totally obsessed with this pen. I'm unsure of this ink. I like my dark inks, but it's not too bright for a green pen. So let me just finish writing this. Nagasawa. And this is the hombre one, but I'm just going to leave it there. And this, I got this in a fine nib. And in this pen, I've got Warringal Mad Hatter. I don't know how y'all talk and write at the same time, honestly. I might be a woman, but I cannot multitask to save my life. Now, I do actually, you know what, I say I'm unsure about this ink, but it is a gorgeous ink. Like, look at that. That is beautiful. It's nice and muted, and it goes beautifully with this pen. So I tried to put Warringal Zemia in this pen because it's a shimmer ink. I may have gotten a tiny shimmer in the nib, so I don't know. I really love that color, but I'm just like, I waited until all the shimmer went to the bottom of the bottle before I extracted some ink from the top of the bottle. But it's just not dark enough for me, unfortunately. So that's in another pen. Now my next green pen is my Sailor Manio nuts, and it's got a little nut on the finial, and I'm obsessed with this pen as well. It's just gorgeous. My favorite color is green as well as beige. I don't know if it's obvious, but I absolutely love this pen. So this one is a medium fine as well, and this is the one that I was saying I felt was a little bit finer than my Cafe Cream. And I've just got the ink that came with this in this pen. So that is the Manyo Shirakashi ink. And this is also a very beautiful green ink. Slightly darker than Mad Hatter, which is good. So at least I've got a little bit of variety. It's not that obvious, you can't really tell, I'm sure, on the video, but it's definitely a little bit darker. So I do love that. And now going into the last of my pens, I'm hoping I have enough room here. We'll start with the Twsbi. So this is the Twsbi in the Eco Rose Gold and Cream color. And this is the one I've got Warangol Zemya ink. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. I'm probably not, but this ink I am so in love with. It is like a beigey green color. Like the depth of this ink is just absolutely insane. And this is what I tried to get in my Nagasawa Sailor. But this color is just insane. I love this so much. I hope the lighting's okay for you guys. But it's currently middle of the day, so the light's kind of right above us. So I'm trying to just get the best natural lighting possible. Eco Rose Gold Cream. And this is in a fine nib. But it is definitely one of my favorite inks. It's just a little bit too light for my finer nibbed pens, unfortunately. So at least I can get a little bit of shimmer in here. I don't think I picked up much shimmer when I inked this up because I'm not a huge shimmer person, but this, if I could have this in every single one of my pens, I would. And if it was legible, 100% would, because this is up my alley. The beige, oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, I don't know if you can see, but it is so gorgeous. Absolutely love that ink. So my second last pen is my Leonardo in the jade color, and I am so in love with this. It's still got the scratch on it from when I unboxed it. I'm still waiting on a reply from Leonardo. I've responded to them. I followed up with them, but you know, I've done my research, and apparently their customer service takes months, weeks and months to respond. So I just want them to exchange it for me for another one, but they said it's all out of stock, so I'm unsure, because I went on the website and they've definitely got this in stock. So I don't know if they just don't want to just exchange it, but I would love just an exchange because it came faulty. And this also has diamond gingerbread in, so this is extra fine nib. This writes beautifully, by the way. So that is my Leonardo jade pen. I should change the ink in this just so it's a little bit different, because I've now got 1, 2, 3, 4 pens inked up with diamond gingerbread, but it's definitely one of my favorite inks. And this bad boy, my leaky little girl, I don't know what the go is with this pen, honestly. I have had so many issues with it. When I bought it, you know, you saw me inking it up and everything, and then it just started leaking dramatically. Like if I held it upside down, leaks would come out of the nib. It was sitting in this pen tray, and I noticed that the cap inside here was filling up with ink, and then it was oozing out of this little section here. So I spent a good half an hour to 45 minutes shaking the ink out of the top cap because you can't access it. and trying to clean it up. I think I got it all out, but it's still a little bit dark, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's dry ink around the cap. But I've just had so many issues with this pen. Like I even said in the unboxing video that it was a really wet writer, but I'm so afraid of carrying it anyway. I can even see ink just kind of like sitting around the nib. But what I've done is I've removed the nib. I've done my research and seen how to install it correctly. Wow, you can even see ink sitting around the edge here. Oh my God. Oh, all right. And it's forming. Oh no, okay. This, I'm still waiting to hear back. So I will probably send this back when, you know, I hear back from them. But that is a horrendous amount of ink. I really don't know if you can see that. Can you see the ink forming? I'm so upset about this pen. I was so in love with it until all of these ink problems. Let me go get a paper towel so I can show you. All right guys, so I am back and I'm just gonna show you how much ink is forming around you can see it there. I'm so upset about this. Look at that. I don't think any pen is meant to have so much ink seeping out of the base. Like, that's a joke. I'm so upset. Like, I love this pen so much, but she is leaking everywhere and I am terrified of having her out on my desk because I've got a very, very expensive marble desk and I do not want to risk having her leak and then the ink going everywhere. Like, that's a lot of ink at the base of the nib. No pen should do. Look. Oh, I'm so upset. And even on the inside here, it's like forming. I know it's meant to come out of the nib, but it's like pools of ink was sitting along the edge there. But anyway, that is my drama with my angel skin, but I've got it inked up. I'm just going to use her until I hear back from Leonardo. Let me just zoom in a little bit. It's getting really dark. I hope you can see this okay. So she's still very inky. I'm just terrified of having her open on my desk. Doe angel skin. This is extra fine as well. And this has got Ferris Wheel Press Lady Rose. Still a beautiful writer. Quite broad though for an extra fine, like I said in my other video where I cannot talk, but she's just leaky. I'm so upset. So I'm gonna put the cap back on before she leaks anymore. I really, really want this pen to work. I wonder if they sent me a new nib unit, if that's what it is, because maybe the nib just isn't fitting right, or I don't know. I just want it to work. I'm so upset. I might contact them. I'll do a follow-up email and see if they just can send me a new nib, a whole new nib unit, because that might be the cause. But I have a feeling it's just not fitted in the gap correctly. Like, maybe it's formed wrong. When you look really closely, you can see like this most smallest gap there. So I don't know if that's what it is, but if anyone is like a Leonardo expert, can you please help me? Because it's definitely not the tip of the nib. It is leaking out from the base and like dropping from the base downwards. And I'm not going to do it, but if you hold it upside down and like a slight movement, droplets of ink could go everywhere. So I'm just going to cap that again. But that is my unfortunate Leonardo angel skin that I don't want to send back because they're sold out, and I don't know, she's so gorgeous but very problematic right now. So I don't know, she's risky. She is a risky girl. So anyway, guys, this is my February currently inked. If you are also someone who inks up pens with the exact same ink, just so you know you're going to reach for it, please let me know, and not let me know I'm not a weirdo. Because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 inked up with Diamond Gingerbread, because it's definitely one of my favorite inks. But at least I've got like 2 pinks, 2 greens, a beige color, and then like a very beautiful kind of orangey brown and other browns in there. But this is my first currently inked in February 2024. If you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you know anything about the angel skin, please let me know. Send me help. I need all the advice possible, because I don't want to send her back because she's out of stock. Do not want to get rid of her, but I want it to be perfect for the amount I paid. I've paid full price for this pen, and she's just a problematic child right now. So I'm hoping someone here can help me. Please, I'm begging. Any advice, please let me know. Anyway, if you guys made it to the end of this video, thank you so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.